Back speaking with Michael Thurn this morning from PharmAust. Michael, morning.
Morning, Andrew. How are you?
Yeah, good, Michael. I see Morgan's initiated coverage on PharmAust a bit earlier this month. Your stock price currently sitting around 18 cents. Tell us a bit more about what price guides Morgan's have put on PharmAust.
Yeah, Morgan's is their price guide is 42 cents, and they obviously see a lot of growth potential in the company, given that we're in the rare disease space. Uh, the real differentiation between us and our peers is that we're now in a position to move forward with just one more study that potentially sees us in 2026 with an approval for people with motor neurone disease. So the development pathway is very much truncated compared to our peers and other indications outside of rare disease, and the amount of capital that you need to raise to support that next clinical study is obviously very much limited compared to doing multiple phase 2 studies, multiple phase 3 studies. So we find ourselves in a position that we can do a relatively small study. That study is going to be conducted in the US in a leading neurology clinic over at Mass General through the Healy ALS platform trial. So we're all set up. We're working with the leading experts in neurology. That trial allows us to have a very good hearing with the FDA because of the way that trial's been set up. So yeah, we're on a pretty straight pathway and somewhat well-trodden pathway to potentially receiving accelerated approval in a very short period of time.
Just remind us, what is the market potential here for your drug, MPL?
So monopental, the market potential it's really largely untapped at the moment. And the reason why I say it's untapped is because the current treatments that are available for motor neuron disease or the predominant form of motor neuron disease, which is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or ALS. There's really only two drugs out there that are currently available. One is Riluzole, the other one is Edaravone. And those two drugs, unfortunately, really don't provide significant benefit to patients. So the a total addressable market worldwide is roughly 300,000 people. In the US, it's about 60,000. So if you take into account the list price for a drug for a rare disease like ALS, the market potential for monopental is enormous.
And of course, you've got manufacturing agreements in place for MPL.
We have, yeah. So we manufacture the drug in India through a very respected manufacturing and a manufacturing company, Syngene, that has a long history with the FDA. And then our tablets, the way that we supply the drug to our patients, that's manufactured again using FDA compliant manufacturing, GMP manufacturing process out of the US with Catalent.
You are currently funded here for trial startup and preparations, are you?
We are, yeah. So just over a month ago, we raised around about $20 million through a placement with institutional and sophisticated investors. And then we were very well supported through a share purchase plan of around $8 million. In addition to that, board and management have kicked in around about another $1 million. So at the moment, we're well capitalized to move forward with our next phase of development, which is really to set the company up to start the Healy platform trial later this year.
Well, look, just spell it out for us. As Morgan's suggest, you've got a significant number of near-term catalysts. Just remind us what those are.
Yeah, we have finalization of the Healy ALS platform trial. So we're working currently with the Healy team to finalize our regimen-specific protocol. Then we have interactions with the FDA through submitting our IND and receiving acceptance by the FDA to move forward with our protocol-specific regimen. Then we have the opportunity to seek an orphan medicinal product designation with the European Medicines Agency. And that's kind of a big one for us because I mentioned before there's roughly 60,000 people in terms of the market, the prevalence of the disease in the US that could potentially be a target for us. That's just in the US. So we already have orphan drug designation, ODD, from the FDA in the US. There is a much larger potential market in Europe. So securing an orphan medicinal product designation in Europe is becoming very important for the company. We're on a solid, well, we've set forward on that process, and we hope to be in a position to have that granted by the end of the year.
And all going well, this product could be on the market by 2026, could it?
Correct, yeah. So again, one of the attributes of being in the rare disease space is that you have a truncated development pathway. Through our selection in the Healy ALS platform trial, that allows us to really accelerate development of the drug and be in a position to, importantly, potentially receive accelerated approval from the FDA. So yes, there's a very good likelihood that we could receive accelerated approval through the Healy platform trial and make the drug available in 2026.
And what kind of revenue numbers could you be looking at?
So if you do some of the back of the envelope calculations, so as I mentioned before, 60,000 patients in the US. So let's just focus on the US. 60,000 patients in the US. We know drugs, the average price for a drug, list price for a drug in the rare disease space is over 100,000 US. So, you can easily put the numbers together. We're not saying that we're going to treat all 60,000 patients in the US, but you only need 10% or 15% of those patients. And if you're selling the drug for $100,000, then that number adds up pretty quickly. And the Morgans report, the research note that Morgans does give some guidance around what the market potential is for monopental peak sales. And they've taken that all into consideration when they've set their price target.
Great to speak, Michael. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Andrew.